Hey everybody, welcome back. Monday Morning Briefing, episode number 153, and it is Tuesday, October the 21st. We are rolling through October. October is fixing to be done. We've got, not before long here, we'll be at Halloween, and then it's into November. So we are in full Christmas mode as far as trying to be sure you guys are ready. Y'all got everything you need for your Christmas orders. We've been seeing and having some calls and then seeing some orders coming through that look like y'all have quite a bit to do this fall, so that's good. Remember, as we always talk about, don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't take more orders than you can handle, but take all you can, right? So if you've got time, if you're, just kind of set out how much time you've got and just try to monitor that a little bit. You can always take a few more there at the end if you get done early, but it's better to be done early than to be there Christmas Eve. As far as what we've been doing in the shop, of course, many of y'all know from last week, but we did launch the a big project video, which is the leather boot bag. This has been doing really well. I want to thank everybody that's gotten this pattern. Hopefully you're getting one started. We would love to know that people are making these. I think they're going to be a really cool Christmas gift. I'm thinking about doing a couple just rough out ones. I've got some extra ones cut out, and I'm thinking about doing one of them as just a rough out, maybe with something on it or whatever as a gift for somebody. But they're really neat. They're a lot of fun. They are a step-up project, but if you want that pattern pack, you can certainly go to our website there and grab that there. The project video is on YouTube. Had a couple people ask if there was going to be any kind of directions. I guess they're new to our Leatherhead community here, and they were like, there's no directions in here or anything like that. How do we put this together, or do you have a video or something? And so we've linked them up to the video, the project video, and they were amazed that there's a full build video, shows every step of building this thing, and they were pretty excited. But want to welcome you if you're new to the channel and not familiar with how we work, but for every pattern pack that we have, every single one on our website in our store, every pattern pack, there is a video on this YouTube channel that will show you how to build that project. That's how we work. I think that's better than any kind of written instruction or anything like that. I'll just show you how to do it, and then you can follow along and build your own, right? And if you can do it without the patterns, if you're pretty handy, and can kind of pattern up what you're wanting to build, you can use any of those videos to design your own product. But if you want to save some time, we do offer a lot of different pattern packs. I'm not sure how many we've got now, guys. We've been doing this for, as far as the printed patterns, been doing those for 5 years since we moved here. But as far as just general tooling patterns and little project patterns, as far as digital downloads, we've been doing that for over 10 years now. And that's hard to believe. I told Claudia, I can't believe we've been on YouTube for over 10 years. And, it's just been a fun ride. So speaking of project videos, working on a new one. I'll kind of sneak it out right here, but this is the tooling pieces for the new one that we're wrapping up. I'm going to try to get that put together today. I've been shooting the video. We may still have to build one more for the video, depending on how this one turns out, because this is honestly my first stab at it, but it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's going to be a pretty neat little project video. Try to get that one out here pretty quick. And then we've got some new stuff for Christmas, including the ornaments. Don't worry about the ornaments. We are going to do the ornaments, so they are coming. And we've got to send that off actually today or tomorrow to Texas Custom Dye, who we get all of our dyes from. We've got to get some dyes made for the 2 new ornaments for 2025. We enjoy doing those. But as far as what else we've been working on, if you've been watching us on Instagram or Facebook or even the shorts here on YouTube, you've probably noticed we've been doing quite a bit of tooling here this week. Well, last week, but since the last time we talked. And this is a fender here for a saddle that we're building, and got it tooled. I got one more to tool. And then I'm also doing some stirrups for an older saddle of ours that we built. Don't remember when, but it's been a number of years. And the stirrups just wore out, and they wanted a pair to match it. They didn't want to just put something else on it. So we don't get a request for just a sole pair of stirrups very often because they are expensive, but this is a good customer. Got quite a few of our saddles in the barn, and so we're going to go ahead and hook him up and get him a pair of stirrups made. So we'll get the other one tooled there and put those together. I'm sure we'll catch some footage on that, on putting those together. But if you want to see me build an entire stirrup, we do have a video on that too. Guys, we're up to almost 400 videos. I think we're like 3 or 4 short of 400 videos on this channel. So go back through there, man. There's a lot of videos on a lot of different topics, tool tips, tips and tricks, all kinds of different things on there. We're continue to broaden that out and add more and more. But yeah, outside of that, we were supposed to have a class in here today and yesterday. It was a belt class that was scheduled. not a big deal, but I think it's just kind of conflicting with some dates. It's getting into fall, so some of these are our November 7th class for the beginner's floral tooling class. I believe it's full. It might have one spot open, so that one's good. The belt class, a 2-day belt class, it's probably just hard for people to kind of get lined up. There's all kinds of stuff going on with kids in school in the fall. Everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving, Halloween, things like that, all the holidays, and so we weren't really disappointed at all. We got a lot of stuff going on too, but nobody last week up to Wednesday had signed up for that class, so we just took it down. I think I just made it sold out or whatever. But so if you're wondering, you thought we were supposed to have a class. We were supposed to have a class, which isn't a big deal. We're going to do these classes next spring, right? In the spring, we're going to set up probably these same classes in the spring. So you'll have plenty of opportunity next year to take those classes with us. So not a big deal. But just so everybody's on the same page on why we're doing a video when we should be having a class. If you were paying attention to that, yeah, we didn't have anybody sign up, so we just took it down, and we are excited about the November 7th class. It's going to be fun. This week, one thing outside of the shop is I have a real nice gentleman here in town that gave us. He rebuilt a bunch of fence at his house, and so he's got a lot of cedar posts that they've pulled up, right? They've pulled them all up. They're older and stuff, and replaced them all, rebuilt some fence with new cross fence and stuff like that. So he had these piles of posts, and I was talking to him about we're building a riding pen at the house, and I want to do a solid wall on the bottom, keep my sand from blowing out. Because if it's open with just boards or something like that, that sand will eventually blow out of there with the wind that we get down here. And so I want to kind of make it solid. And I wanted to do cedar stays, but those stays are very, very small diameter, and I'm going to need like 1,000 of them, more than 1,000 of them. And so got to thinking to see all these little piles of rotten posts. They're not necessarily all rotten; they're just old. And I thought I could cut those and use those. So anyway, we're working on that. I may try to catch some footage of that as we start pinning those in. We've got a plan on how we're going to attach them. It's a pipe rail fence, so top rail and then another rail about 12 inches lower so that it'll be solid from there down, but you can still tie something up to the outside or inside of that fence. And so it's going to be pretty neat, I think. But we went Sunday, I took the trailer and we got one whole trailer load and got those at the house. And of course there's some staples in them and stuff like that, but we're going to cut them all to a fit however long we need and stuff. But yeah, he had them in burn piles. He's going to burn them up. And so I said, man, that'd be great. So he's got some more. So we're working on kind of gathering those up. I take the welding machine in, get it serviced so that it's ready to go for the fall. Honestly, really kind of scared to weld right now, so I'm not in any hurry. They're kind of backed up at the repair shop, and I said that's fine because I'm going to have somebody watching me while I'm welding anything because it's so dry out here. It's not going to take much to catch up. We've had a few fires out and about, and some of y'all out there have been dealing with some fires too this summer and coming into the fall. It's just really, really dry down here. We haven't seen rain in quite some time. I know it rained in town where we need it, but not at my house. And so a little bit here and there. But anyway, yeah, it's just real dry. So we're going to hopefully start getting some moisture or something, and then and that way we can get some projects done because I've got some welding that we need to do on the cow lot and on the horses and that kind of stuff. So working on a few of those projects. Also outside of the shop, Thursday I will be out of the shop. Thursday we will be closed. My mom has to have knee surgery, and so this is her second. She had a knee replacement last year before last. I think it was 2 years ago. She had a knee replacement, and this one here now the one that wasn't bad, now of course is showing some signs. So anyhow, they're going to do the scoping, I think, where it's just a deal. They go in and try to repair the meniscus, I guess. And a bunch of y'all in here probably have had that done or know somebody that has. Pretty common thing. But I've got to have her in New Braunfels by 6:30 Thursday morning. So we will have an early morning, and I'll be up there because I'm not going to drive back and then go back and get her. And it shouldn't take very long. But anyway, if we get back at a decent hour, I may be in the shop that afternoon. But I'm just not going to expect it, right? So if you are watching this and you're going to be in the area or you're wanting to come by or whatever, we won't be open on Thursday. Apologize. I'll have a note on the door. But yeah, we'll be closed just because I've got to tend to that with her and take care of Meemaw, you know what I mean? So we'll go get her up there and get her fixed up and then get her back, put her in her chair. And she's a nurse, so she's a horrible patient. She's not that bad. But, you guys that are nurses out there, y'all can kind of be a little cantankerous when it comes to y'all being the patient, being on the other side of that deal. So she's really not that bad, but she's a very, very outgoing lady, and it's hard for her to sit still for any real length of time. So we're going to monitor her for a few days and make sure she's going to do what she needs to do. Hopefully she won't have this one replaced. Although the other one is fantastic. She loves it. It works great. And no problems. She was up and walking 20 minutes after the surgery, which blew my mind. But yeah, they had her up. They had her up within, I think, 30 minutes or something of her getting out of surgery, which was crazy. But yeah, all that went good. But hopefully this will fix it. He feels like he can fix this one. It's not as bad as the other one was. So we'll see. I'll keep you all posted. Next week, I'll let you know how she's doing. But yeah, we'll haul her over there. I will be working while I'm there. I'll find me a little spot in the waiting room or wherever. Maybe I can get in like the nurse's break room or something and put out the laptop and work on some other projects that we're working on, some things I'm doing a lot of writing right now, just not probably any writing that you will really see, but we're working on some concepts and some things and ironing some stuff out. And so I'll be working on some of that and probably drawing patterns for the next pattern pack that I'm excited about. And we've got a bunch more. So yeah, that's what's going on. Trying to think of anything else. I got one thing here. I got two. So I had a friend of mine that is taking a lot of classes with us in the shop, and kind of become a good friend. Lives kind of near here somewhat. But he brought me these. He found them, I think, at Hobby Lobby or somewhere, but they're modeling spoons, basically, all kinds of little picks and little different shaped things. It's for clay sculptures, what it's for. So if you're in Hobby Lobby, if you're wanting to get into the 3D embossing or just figure carving work, I have a lot of these tools because I've seen them and bought them over the years, just here and there, and I've got a few I use, a few I don't. But he brought me these as just kind of like, hey, here, I found these, thought you might use them with your figure carving work. Really handy. And then I also had a gentleman, this has been months ago, but he had bought a whole bunch of dental tools somehow. I don't know how, but he bought a whole bunch and sent me he said he had thousands of them or whatever. He bought all of them and just sent me a whole menagerie of all kinds of different things. Hopefully they've been autoclaved, so I'm not touching other people's bacterial stuff from their mouth. But yeah, there's a little mirror right there. That's kind of cool. But yeah, and I wanted to thank him. I forgot all about these till my buddy brought these to me. I was like, oh man, because I have them right here under the bench. They've been sitting right there because there's different times when we'll go through these and kind of find a use for one or two for certain things. Even plucking stitches, they can be really handy. So any of those kind of things, probably not going to be able to find dental tools very easily, but these deals here at Hobby Lobby, go to the clay sculpture section right in there, and you can find some of these. Any kind of, you'll be surprised. Buff these off really good, and you'll have different options for making, hairlines or eyes or, getting the nose just right or whatever kind of deal you're doing when it comes to figure carving. A lot of times those stamps ain't going to work. You're going to need some type of modeling spoon, and different shapes and sizes will be great for that. So, but that's really all I got for y'all today, guys. We're going to get back at it. I'm going to be cutting some stuff, making some videos, getting some stuff lined out and getting as much done as I can before Thursday, since I'll be out of the shop. Then we'll be back in the shop on Friday. I'll be in and out all weekend. I'm going to be working on some projects at home, and we have our pig validation for our livestock show here in Moulton. And so I will be doing that first thing Saturday morning, apparently alone, because the kids and mama have something planned 4-H-wise, so they will actually be gone. They kind of double booked there. So I'll be hauling pigs to get their ear tags put in and validated for our show, and doing that, handling those, and then I'll probably be in the shop off and on. But just remember, we'll be closing on Thursday, be back in the shop on Friday. Robin will be in probably tomorrow, and then probably Friday, maybe. It always depends on how much is going on. Yesterday was a pretty good day as far as people buying material packs and things like that. So those orders will go out today or tomorrow, and then we just kind of monitor the week. But everything's going good. Should have another leather shipment coming in. So if we're out of a few of those material packs on the website, just hang tight. We got more coming, and we will get those taken care of for you, and that way you can get what you need for your Christmas orders. I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to go to dgsaddlery.com, sign up for the Leathercraft newsletter, and we will see you guys in next week's Monday Morning Briefing.